Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today I got a hot one for you. There is some potential big news coming out from the COD Underground, right? So I'm going to show you two things, really, and then we're going to talk about it, right? Because this is, for lack of better words, possibly the biggest news that we've heard and have gotten in COD thus far. So before we dive in, I show you everything. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. And of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. And remember, new videos are coming out every day at 14 UTC. Okie dokie artichokes. Here we go-zy. So there is some deep interestinado pieces of information, okay? And this is where it starts. So we see something that was posted here in the battle reports, right? And you can see here from what I can only imagine is a Latin/Spanish player named Bashir. And he posted a screenshot of Call of the Dragons, which I can only imagine is his app store. And it says proximamente, which is, I believe, I just want to say proximate or approximate, and fecha prevista, which essentially means like expected date or expected release, right? And then it has the 21st of February 2023. Okay, so now remember, right? So there's a few things to point out here. Number one is that this is if this is true, it would be the expected release date for at least this region where the game is accessible. And it does not mean that this is necessarily global release for everyone, right? It could be, this to me seems as though this is a global release. However, we just don't know if it's going to be, okay, is this global release for just the current regions it's available in? Is this global release for new regions? Because to my knowledge, I wasn't aware of any Spanish regions or Latin American regions that were where the game was currently available for beta. So does that mean that maybe there's other regions who are getting this notification at this same time, or maybe it's something that's going to be happening throughout the month of December? Again, who knows, right? What we need to do is start just enlisting a bunch of inspector gadgets for a bunch of players from other regions and seeing if they're getting similar notifications, and then we need to start compiling a list. So get on it, team, get on it. Do it. Okay, but if I scroll up, right, you'll see I posted something here, which I thought was really interesting. So, excuse the nose thing, right? It's super intense right now. Okay. This says, right, for where you can see me, I posted this when I actually went into Google Translate and I did it, right? It said expected date. So this is it. And then you start having people reactions, right? Sounds about right, later than expected, beast with the WTF, mate. And then, right, we had, hang on, where's Ian? Ian's like mid-late February. I just call it Ian. Ian. It just makes it easier for me. Has been my guess for a while. It makes sense with the actual Season 2 map coming out around then. I mean, again, right, that's the hope. However, here's the next part. This is the second one. Right after I posted that, at about 7 p.m., right, so pretty much around reset, you could see, right, it was already out for 20 minutes when I took this screenshot. So what that means is that the game pretty much released around server 9 did. Now, if you look at what I posted here, even though it doesn't really, I thought that would have increased it on the other screen, but it doesn't. So anyways, but if you look at this, you will see that this is the updated breakdown, right? So you can see August 8th is when the game officially started beta with server 1. Server 2 came out on the 16th. Then we see a day gap between that and server 3. Then a 3-day gap between server 3 and 4. So you have a total of a 4-day gap between server 2 and server 4, right? You're looking at about a month and a half from server 1 to server 2. And then, right, and that kind of gives you the first grouping, right? And then you have SS1. So that means SS2 is maybe Kingdom 5 through 8. But then you look at the next grouping here, and the next grouping is December 5th for server 5, December 6th for server 6, and then you have December 15th for the 7. So you have a 9-day gap. And then you have a 2-day gap between server 7 and server 8, right? But if you look at the length of time, which to me is probably the more important part, Between server 5 and server 8, you see a 12-day gap, right? Compared to August 8th and September 20th for the first 4 kingdom grouping. So the 4 kingdom sets on the second one came out within 12 days compared to a month and a half for the gap between 1 and 4, right? So that's what, a little over a month faster? And then now you have server 9 being released, which in some regards is kind of unprecedented. Again, even I wouldn't have thought server 9 would have been released this quick, right? I figured maybe they'd wait at least a week or so, right? Just kind of going along with what they did before. So now it releases 2 days, right? Now you're looking at, and that isn't even the most interesting part. Look at the last 3 kingdoms now. Every 2 days. So now the thing to watch out for is, are we going to be seeing another server released on the 21st? Will we maybe see server 10 tomorrow, right? Will they keep up with this every 2-day trend from the last 3 kingdom openings? Again, right, there's a bunch of unknowns right now, and there's even more questions that I'm sure many of us have. But man, is it wild currently. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, right? Am I a little cray-cray? Do you see some similar trends? Is anyone out there hearing anything? But this is big, because what it means is that if this information lines up, we could either be seeing one of 2 things. Either a global release for selected regions on February 21st, right? On February 21st, 2023. Or February 21st of 2023 is going to be the actual game's global release where they introduce more regions, right, than just the ones that currently have access during beta. So regardless, this is, I would argue, a date now to look out for. And I think what is going to happen across the next month is probably going to give us a lot more information and be more indicative of that. Because also you have to factor that when you're looking at SS1, when are they going to enter Season 2, right? That's something to look at as well. If we look at the Augur Stone, you can see here that they're on New Dawn, right? So they're almost halfway, right? Almost halfway there. And the cool thing with New Dawn is that once this finishes, we'll be able to start seeing Alliance power rankings, right? So you got about a day and a half until we're able to start seeing that here for the first Merge Kingdom. But then if we go to Titan's Legacy, which is basically their season that you get, I can see here we got 51 days. 51 days from today, if we're looking at the 19th, right? You're looking at, what is it? We got 31. So you're looking at 12 more days minus 51. That brings us to 39, right? So then you're looking at January 31st minus 31, 39. That's 8 days. So you're looking at about February 8th, right? Give or take, between the season ending and then however long it is from when SS1's season ends on February 1st, or sorry, 8th, up until whenever, right? Because if you think February 8th to the 21st, that's 13 days. Is it realistic that there could be a 13-day transition period from when SS1 ends to when global release hits? There could be. I actually could logically see that being the in-between period for when SS1 hits their actual Season 2 and the Season 2 map is introduced when global release. Now, wouldn't that be a crazy just hypothesis in theory, right? If we're doing, just from a little bit of our Inspector Gadgetness that we are hitting right now. I don't know, right? Am I crazy? Am I really on point? Am I digging something here, fam? Let me know, because it is bananas. With that being said, man, that's really it for me. I just wanted to come on and share some information, right? Stir the pot a little bit and just kind of see what you guys are thinking. Let me know in the comments down below, right? Am I on point? Am I a little off the wagon? Somewhere in between, right? Let me know your theories. I'd love to hear and read. That's it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.